Um, we have our new Superman for the DC going forward. David Corenswet? That's a name. Honey says, "Are you getting further in Diablo?" I mean, I'm in the end game now. I'm in the end game. Word to Doctor Strange. I'm in the end game now. Uh, who is David Corenswet, the new Superman? This is who James Gunn has pinned as his new Superman. I'll admit to you, I have zero idea who this dude is. Zero. But I'll tell you what, it ain't Michael B. Jordan, so I'm good. He looks like a Chad. He's definitely a Chad. He's definitely toxic. He's definitely one of those guys that you don't want to leave around your wife. So at least he got that going for him, right? DC Studios has named its next Superman one of the highest profile roles in film. David Corenswet, 29. Okay, he's pretty young. He is pretty young. So James Gunn was pretty serious when he said he wanted to go with a younger Clark Kent. Alex versus Evil is in the chat. What's good, my guy? Honey says Giga Chad. He is absolutely positively a Giga Chad. Like this is the guy. This is the guy who, you know what I'm saying, he's just in the grocery store minding his business in the cookie aisle trying to get some sugar on his cheat day.
Oh my God!
Shout out to Reality Base who just followed. I appreciate you, bro. But he's just in the cookie aisle trying to get some sugar on his cheat day, and your wife go over in that aisle trying to get, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is she trying to get, and you walk by and you see them both in that aisle, and you just get overly you're like, hey, what you doing around my wife? Meanwhile, he's standing like 8 feet over to the other side, and he's like, and your wife looking at you like, what the hell is your problem? Giga Chad. So I mean, he has that going for him. Um, he will play the superhero in the latest version of the story series. The casting comes after months of intrigue and auditions about who would star in Superman Legacy, set to come out on July 11th, 2025, and directed by James Gunn. Here's what you need to know about the newest Man of Steel. Uh, I'll tell you what. I'll be willing to give him an opportunity just because at least they nailed the aesthetic of, because that TV version of Superman don't look like Superman to me. Superman got to look like a Giga Chad, man, and like a really, like he got to look like a white boy, like like staring up from the bottom with his fist on his hips like this, with a flag waving in the back and his cape flying. Like he got to look like a Giga Chad, and I think he at least nailed that part right, right? Uh, but ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be hard to replace Henry Cavill. On top of that, I read that this is going to be a more optimistic take on Superman. Listen, James, I get it. You did pretty good with the Suicide Squad and the Guardians of the Galaxy, and all that's great. I hope you understand that people watch DC for it to be more mature. If you come in here with that MCU optimistic, upbeat, a joke every 10 minutes bullshit, your whole shit's gonna be a flop. I'm sorry. It's gonna flop. We don't want to see it. We don't care. We want to see pain, suffering, death, destruction, and more pain and suffering. That's what we want to see. Honey says good. Too many deconstruct superheroes for years now. Superman is a Boy Scout, though. Yeah, Superman is a Boy Scout, but that doesn't mean everything around him has to be Boy Scouty. The entire point of Superman being, I mean, in my mind, the entire point of Superman being a Boy Scout is to kind of like he views the world like that. So everything around him should be like, I'm not saying it should be like dark and gritty. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that yes, he can be a Boy Scout. He can be optimistic. He can be you know, just a goody two shoes guy. But like let his surroundings get down and dirty. Let's see some destruction. I just don't want to see a joke every 10 minutes. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't want to see, I want to see some serious stakes. I want to see some deaths. I'm not saying kill off somebody important, but I want to see like Man of Steel was fire because you got to see you got to see um the Man of Steel and all of his powers at play because entire cities was being wiped out. And if we're going to take this more optimistic approach where barely anybody dies and, you know, we want to keep it family safe and all of this, nah. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. Or we not. I'm not watching that. Is what I'll say. All right.